Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliana and I'm from Finland, but I'm currently living in the United States as an exchange student. Today means that I have less than 2 weeks left of my exchange, and that's just crazy. Today I'm going to talk about Finnish school system versus American school system, and more like Finnish high school versus American high school. These are all my experiences, and I went to school in Virginia, and if you're in Texas or California it might be different. This is my experience and I'm comparing it to my experience in Finnish school. First I want to explain the Finnish school system a little bit. So we have a school, I would say it's an elementary school, and it's grades from 1st to 6th grade. Then you go to middle school, and that's from 7th till 9th grade. After middle school, this is where it gets different. After middle school, you look at your GPA and you think what you want to do. You can either stop getting an education, so basically your school is over after 9th grade. You can choose to go to high school where I'm at, which is 3 years, or you can choose to go to vocational school, which is more career-based. High school is basically, if you want to go to university, it's better because what you study there is math and biology and all those basic subjects. So if you don't really know what you want to do when you grow up, you should go there. But it's also a lot harder than vocational school. This is where people get confused. So the high school in Finland is after 9th grade and it's 3 years. Here, as an exchange student, I was a senior and I basically graduated high school. But in Finland, I was on my first year last year, so now I will be on my 2nd year, but since I was here, I have to go back and do my 2nd and 3rd year. Now that I've explained the school system a little bit, let's go to the differences between Finnish high school and American high school. First and biggest difference in Finnish high school is we get more independent work. Classes, the teacher teaches us, but then we have a lot of independent work. We have a lot of projects that we have to do home, and it's just really independent work. We are really treated as adults and more like college students here. It's more laid back and chill, but really independent work and a lot of work. We have longer breaks between classes. So here in America, in my school we only had 5-minute breaks, which was like if you had a class on the other side of school and you had to go to the other side of school and you had to use the bathroom, you did not have time to do that, and it was really annoying sometimes because if you wanted to use the bathroom during the class, you had to get a pass. In my school in Finland, we had 10 to 15-minute breaks. I don't remember, is it 15 or 10? We have one break, which is like the last, between last classes, which is 5-minute break. The size of the schools in Finland are smaller than in the United States, but that has a lot to do with the amount of people in both countries. Because in the United States there's a lot more people than in Finland, so it kind of makes sense. But mostly schools are way smaller in Finland than in the United States. Tests in Finland are way harder. We do not have tests during the period we're studying. So what I mean is, in the United States we had tests about every 2 weeks. There would be Unit 1 test, Unit 2 test, and then all these other units, and then final exam. Well, in Finland, we studied for the given subject for about 2-3 months.
Oh, it's me editing. I just realized that I didn't even say that we in United States we had I had around 8 classes in a year. In Finland, I have about 30 classes a year, so we basically get new classes every 2 months, which is like a big difference, but I forgot to say about it. So yeah, that explains why we have a big test every 2 months, because we get new subjects after that. Peace out.
And then in the last week we do not have any classes, we only have tests. So that means you go to school, you have like a lesson to kind of memorize stuff from those 2 months, and then the next hour you have your test. You have to be at the test for an hour, then you can leave, or you can stay there for up to, I think, 4 hours. One really big thing is, in Finland, students in high school form their studies, and by that I mean we basically make our own schedules. We have subjects that we have to take, like Finnish, English, math, But there are also classes that we only have like one course. We have 5 semesters, so it means we have 5 different schedules. In here in the United States, we only had 2 semesters, so 2 different schedules. But in Finland, we get a new schedule every 2-3 months. We have to make sure we put those classes in the schedule that we have to complete in those 3 years. And then we can also put some extra classes. The requirement is that we have to complete, I think it's 75 classes in 3 years. And that does not mean that you can basically choose whenever you go to school and put your classes wherever you want to. No, you can choose all your subjects and then your school counselor makes your schedule. But you may go to school one day from 8 to 4, but then other day you might go from 10 till 1. We do not have school teams in Finland, and by that I mean we do not have school sports. We do have PE, but we do not have teams. Everything is club-based outside of school. I love doing sports in America, and I think it was such a great experience and a little thing that helped me get friends. I really liked school sports, but we do not have them in Finland. So lastly, I would like to talk about tests. By these tests, I mean like final tests, standardized tests. So in Finland, we don't really have standardized tests, but I know in America you have SOLs and SATs and stuff like that that I don't really know about. Some colleges require SAT scores and stuff, but in Finland, we have to do finals on our 2nd or 3rd year. Those finals are basically long tests, and they're testing about the whole process that you have learned about that subject during those 3 years. You choose those finals kind of like depending where you want to go. Like if you want to be a doctor, you would choose to do maybe chemistry, physics, long math, stuff like that. But what you have to do is you have to either choose Swedish or math final, you have to do Finnish final, I think you have to do English final or like another language, and then you have to choose one more, like another subject like biology or chemistry or physics. That's like the only big, it's not standardized, but like a big test during our year, and that's like what we try to get ready for. Those are all differences about Finnish and American high school that I came up with, and I can do part 2 if I come up with more things that I think are different in Finland.
Before you go, I just freaking remembered this part that I was supposed to say. We also have free lunch in Finnish schools. Yeah, that was important thing, so I had to say it. Continue.
I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
What you do, you don't know if people are gonna dig it, you know?